Hey everybody, it's Jay and Ashley Nelson here. We're from Nashville, Tennessee, and we are here to talk to you about the Regional Rallies. They're coming up November 1st through the 17th in a city near you. And we have a very special guest with us today, Mr. Russ Laggan. He is our Senior Director of Growth at eXp. Jay, tell us a little bit more about Russ.
I'm gonna tell y'all this is crazy. Y'all, Russ is from Detroit Rock City, baby. All right. He owned real estate offices. Yeah, exactly. You got the rock and roll hands. He owned real estate offices. He actually sold a real estate office. Then he helped build 28 other real estate offices. And here's the other thing that just blew me away when I was talking to Russ, and it was like, whoa, in 3 years as an agent with one full-time and one part-time employee, he sold 3 years back to back, 136 houses, 143 houses, and 127 houses. And he's going to be at Regional Rallies helping y'all. Come on, Russ Laggan.
Yeah, baby. Look at this. You guys have a sighting of me that is very, very rare because I just flew back in from Houston. I slid in here hot, like sliding in with my butt on fire. And I'm like, I'm going vestless. I'm just forget rolling your sleeves up. I just took them off, right?
I love it.
Here, ready to rock and roll with you
look
guys.
Good, dude.
I know, Russ, I almost did not recognize you, but you look great.
Look at this. I got hair on my head. I don't have a vest on. It's like, this is the new me, right?
I love it, man. It's a great look for you, man.
Well, thank you, sir.
So,
Russ,
thank you.
Go ahead, baby.
Go ahead, Jay.
No, you go.
So Russ, thank you for being on with us today and supporting our regional rallies. I know in March you attended several of them. So tell us just a little bit, from your view, from your background that Jay just talked about, why is it important for agents to get to one of these rallies?
Yeah, Ashley, I think the most important thing right now is connection. And we find that not only is connection important, it's also a precursor to success. The more connected you are and the stronger your relationships are in business, the stronger your business is most likely to be. So a lot of people are saying, well, how do I strengthen my business? Get connected with the people doing the same stuff. Get on the boat and row in the same direction. There's a sense of inspiration. There's a sense of feel. There's a vibe to being connected to people that are doing things similar to what you're doing. So for a lot of people right now, we are more connected than ever in the history of man, and people are feeling more lonely and more isolated than ever. And a lot of that has to do with we're substituting getting face-to-face and sitting down and having that drink and sitting down and having that handshake and touching and hugging and kissing and loving on each other so that we feel like we're connected as human beings. So right now, if you want to take your business to the next level, you got to start showing up, number one, for yourself. Show up for the other people in your business. Show up for the people in your family and get connected to other people in the business. It'll change the way your business goes over the next year. Just that one simple thing.
Well,
I want to talk about one more thing, Jay, then I'll kick it to you. You know what? At the rallies, we even welcome each other into the room in a special way. And I know you were a big part of that last time. Yes. So talk about that connection and that feeling right off the bat at one of these rallies.
Here's the most amazing thing. From the moment you walk in the door, there's a certain energy and a certain feel and a certain vibe that's created. And it's not all like hoopla, wah, wah, it's not that kind of crazy thing. It's just you've got people that are actually acting as if they love you and they appreciate you and they want to congratulate you and make you feel good and let you know that you're loved and appreciated and part of something bigger than them. There's a feel to that. And that is done intentionally because it's actually accurate.
That's right. That's right.
So from the moment you walk in, the energy goes up and you start to feel that connection. You start to feel like you're part of something bigger than yourself, which is brilliant. It's a brilliant way to start.
And Russ, you know what? You have such a great energy. I know you're going to be our executive guest in Nashville, but you got to experience these last time. What did you see about these regionals that made them special, that made them different than the other things that you see in real estate as far as events?
It's kind of funny because these are actually agent driven. I mean, you guys are the ones that started. This wasn't started by eXp Corporate. This is agent events for agents to make them feel loved and appreciated and recognized for their production. It's interesting because a lot of people come in and they say, well, Jay and Ashley are going to get the top award. I don't even need to show. I already know they're going to get it. And it's not like that. There's recognition for people that get their first sale at eXp, attract their first person to eXp, hit their cap, hit icon status. There's all these different recognitions categories. There's a little bit for everybody. And the weird part is like, there's a lot of people that see other people go, wait a minute, they got that. I can do that. I can do that. So next year, I'm going to go after that. And there's people that just going to grab that and run with it. It seems impossible until you see somebody else do it. It's like the story of Roger Bannister. They said it was completely physically, humanly impossible for a human to run less than a 4-minute mile. Roger Bannister goes out, breaks a 4-minute mile, and then 13 other people within a year break a 4-minute mile. Now we've got a guy that ran a whole marathon at 4-minute miles. 26 of them back to back, right? So what you think is humanly impossible becomes possible when you see that somebody else did it. So you got to start getting around people, doing what you want to do, going where you want to go, and then just follow the roadmap. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. So you've got the recognition, you've got the love, you got that feel, you got that vibe, you get the vision opened up so you can see where other people have already gone, meaning you can go there too. And heck, if you ask them, they'll sit down and talk with you how they get there. It's the most brilliant thing in the world, isn't it?
It's awesome. Awesome. And Russ, we're just excited that you have such an energy for agents. You had told us, back when you were selling over 100 houses a year, you weren't even buying leads. You were just putting out that energy. And that's what I the first time I ever met you, I saw that too. I was like, this guy cares. You care.
The whole thing comes down to relationships, really, when push comes to shove, particularly in the real estate business. So a lot of people say, well, Russ, how do you build a business like that? Building mostly relationships, teaching people how to build sphere of influence businesses. And a lot of it has to be, number one, start falling in love with people again, right? And by the way, what you think changes what you feel. And when you feel something different, you do something different, then you get something different. So people are like, well, I want something different, Russ. And I'm like, then you got to start thinking different. If you think all buyers are liars and all sellers suck, you're going to have a bunch of buyers that are liars, a bunch of sellers that suck. So you start thinking, I love buyers, I love sellers, I love people. Are there some people out there that suck? Yes, absolutely. But I'm focused on saying, man, there are a bunch of really amazing people out there. And the more I say that, the more I see that, the more I see that, the more I feel that, the more I feel that, the more the result is I get to hang around with awesome people all the time. And it starts with you, right? They're like, well, Russ, how do I do that? It starts with you. Be that awesome person for somebody else. Initiate that relationship. Make them feel loved, appreciated, seen, heard, and safe. And you're going to find people are attracted to you. When you meet somebody, Jay, you see how you meet people, I meet people the same way. I get all excited like I'm a 6-month-old Labrador retriever. I'm wagging my tail. I'm happy as hell to see everybody, right? And I'll tell you, when you meet somebody with energy like that and you just go straight at it, it's like, I'm so happy to see this individual person. You get the energy back, man. It starts to mirror itself and it starts to double itself and it becomes a lot more fun, but it all starts with us, right? It all starts with us.
Ashley, I'm going to show everybody the website, but you talk for a second. I'm going to cue that up.
Okay. Yeah. I just absolutely love that, Russ. And you know what? I feel like everything that you just explained is actually it's a whole circle. It's a cycle. Because, there's sometimes where you think, oh, I don't feel like going to this event, or I don't feel like that.
Right.
So the opposite is kind of true also. If you do, then you can actually change your feelings.
Well,
go ahead.
A lot of times that feeling thing is like, they say, well, I don't feel like it. Well, the way to feel like it is to go do it. And then start to feel it, right? Like doing something makes everything happen first, right? So if you're waiting to feel like something, you're going to be waiting a long time.
Yeah.
And by the way, last point I want to make before Jay goes into detail stuff here is, we're seeing a lot of stuff with technology changing. We're seeing a lot of stuff in the real estate business changing. And I will tell you what, the one thing that I know will insulate all of us from a lot of the BS coming down the pike and a lot of the things like AI is going to ruin the real estate industry. You know what? AI cannot substitute a relationship that I have with you guys. It can't substitute the relationship I have with my clients, can't substitute the relationship I have with my wife. Can't do what I did this week in Houston, get live in front of people and help them love them to be more successful and talking about how to build better relationships. If you learn nothing else in this business, Learn how to build better relationships now, because those relationships are going to pay back 10-fold, 20-fold, 100-fold for the investment that you put into them. So build relationships, build those relationships, build those relationships. There's my 3 recipes.
There you go.
Love it.
Russ Laggan dropping the mic. All right, so let's talk about these regionals and the locations that they're at. Let me get this pulled up. So this is the website. Ashley, I'll let you talk about this for a sec.
So the website is eXp Realty Regional Tickets.com. So it's eXp Realty Regional Tickets.com. We're in 29 different cities, and that is in the USA and in Canada. And it's all on this one website. And you can look at the map right there, hover over it, and click, and it'll take you straight to the Eventbrite to get your ticket for only $49, which is so amazing, so affordable. I can think of a ton of things that I spend $49 on that I don't even need at all. And I need this for sure.
Yes.
And
awesome.
and Canada also, there's a interactive map where it has US and 2 locations in Canada, but we're really, this is really a go-giver driven event where people are coming together, and we, the agents at eXp are special, and we're always looking for the ones that are looking for us, right? And I say this all the time that, Ashley and I, we've attracted the right people in our group, Russ.
Yeah.
We only want people that have just these big hearts. And that's really what we're seeing with all the different volunteers, that all these hosts and all these agents, nobody's making any money off of this, but you find out who really, really wants to help other people. And that's what we're seeing here with these rallies.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, it really does come down to, we talk about this all the time. You got to build your tribe, find your flavor, find the right people for your tribe, right? Not everybody's a good fit for you. Find the right fit for you, and find the right people that fit with you. So I'm going to actually be in Nashville. So I'm in, let's see, I'm in New Orleans on Friday. I'm in Nashville on Monday. I'm in Cincinnati on Thursday. And then I'm in Minneapolis the next Monday after that. I got 4 different locations I'm going to, and we've got leadership and executives of eXp coming out to make sure they show up and make sure you guys feel loved and appreciated. They've got some market update stuff going on, some eXp update stuff going on. We've got icons coming into town talking about opening their playbook, showing you a couple things to take your business to the next level. I'll talk about relationships and talk about a little bit of stuff. I got a couple recipes I can rock and roll with you guys, help you guys sell a couple more houses the most easy way possible over the next year. And there's just a ton of value coming back. So it's recognition, education, inspiration, and a bunch of value being given out. So you will leave there with stuff you can take home and add to your business, worth way more than $49.
Woo, Russ, you just got me pumped up all over again.
Pretty good stuff. So, Ashley, you want to wrap this call up? Russ, we appreciate you, and thank you for pouring in, man. And I do want y'all to maybe, Russ, talk about the $2,000 that the icons are going to get a little bit, because that's huge. Part of their $16,000. Go ahead.
Yeah, so for it's a really beautiful part, eXp leadership sits down and we have conversations consistently, and it kind of starts something like this. And a lot of times it's Glenn Sanford. He's like, what can we do to make this more agent-centric? Michael Valdez is super committed to that. Leo Pareja, and of course, with Glenn, we sit those 3 guys together in a room for 5 seconds, and you're like, how do we make this better? So instead of having shareholders meeting next year, we're going to allow the icons to show up at one of these rallies. So if you show up at a rally that's outside of your immediate market, eXp will allow you to count that as one of your 2 events that you have to show up at. So let's say for next year, you show up at one rally and you show up for eXpCon, you'll get your $2,000 stock grant for the one, $2,000 stock grant for the other. So now here's a caveat. If you've already been to shareholders this year and eXpCon this year, going to another rally is not going to get you another $2,000. But if you missed one of those 2 and you show up at one of the rallies, then you will get that additional $2,000 stock grant. So now that we're clear, great reason for the icons to show up. And we've got icons showing up all over the country, and not just for that, but because those people are winning and they're successful and they want to give back. Once they've made it, they want to give back. And I love that about our icons.
I love it. Thank you, Russ. But, Ashley, wrap this up.
But actually the icons, that they can show up to the one in their market.
Oh, even I thought they were supposed to be out of market. So even better, show up in market too.
Now the speakers are out of market.
There you go.
But just for attendees, it does count for your icon credit. So
See what
you
I
can
know?
attend any of them, even your local one.
I got a
So
rule
you can
book
go
in
down
front
the
of me.
road and get $2,000 for $49 if you live
Yeah.
in Dallas and you show up at the Dallas Regional. Same thing
Yeah.
applies. But one thing I think Russ was talking about is these icons that are coming in to be the big guest speakers. They're coming in on their own dime. They're coming in to serve and open their playbooks. And those will be icons coming in from out of state. So they're not somebody you're in direct competition with telling you what's going on. So we think that's really cool. Ashley, take us away. Thank
All
you,
right.
Russ.
Well, thank you so much, Russ. You've been awesome. We can't wait to see you soon in Nashville and all over the country. Everybody get your tickets right now to a regional rally near you and use the hashtag when you post about it, hashtag eXp Rally 2023.
Love it.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.